Don't ask me why.
And we're live.
All right.
Hi, everybody. My internet just dropped and then reconnected. I hope that doesn't happen again. I hope it's a one-off. Welcome to the Out of Character, everybody. Ooh, uh,
Howdy
yeah.
doody.
Like right when I was about to hit the start stream button, it just dropped off, and y'all cut out, and then it came back, and now I've only got 2 bars. So I don't know. I hope it's not the heat because it is fucking hot here. Oh my god. We went in. We got a heat wave early. Usually this kind of heat doesn't hit till August. July can still be warm, but not. I mean, it's God. It's tomorrow is supposed to be 102. Heat index 112, 115. Yeah, it's not a drop of rain in sight. Just hot. So, yeah, just thought I'd get the weather talk out of the way first so that we don't bore people throughout the rest of the show.
Right, naturally, of course.
Let's just spend an hour talking about the fucking heat wave in Arkansas.
Well, it builds character, puts hair on your chest, and takes skin off of you.
Yeah.
Which I assume also is manlier somehow.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this. I really wasn't.
Prepared for what?
Prepared for whom?
You, Ark, was not ready, okay? You look like you're, like, hiding out in, like, really bad low-grade witness protection, and, like, the government ran out of money, so they're just like, go stay over here. And it just, I don't...
he's sitting in front of his green screen, right? That's not on his actual background.
I know, but it looks like it. It was convincing enough.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can tell you're in black and white and the background's in green.
You mean he's not, like, I assumed he was just, that was his default state, honestly, was black and white. I figured that was just default. And, like, he has to turn on the color filter so he appears normal. Like, that's what I assumed. But, I could be wrong. It just, oh my God, he is in black and white. I just noticed that.
Mm-hmm. And he's drinking a Monster.
I know. It's freaking me the fuck out.
Oh,
it
no.
is. What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you do?
Why am I, like, suddenly now I am, like, the important person on the screen somehow? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I touched nothing. And did you pin? Oh, I was pinned?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, I was trying to pin Ark to see how that works because I never do it when the contexts are in. I can't see all the little icons.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe if I pin Ark, everybody can see what we're talking about because it only comes up when he talks. And then it was like, oh, it's all messed up. So I left the camera on and was like,
To be fair, the camera was not on until we went live, and I was not ready for seeing Ark in whatever this display is.
I said he looked like Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction.
Like, yeah, like if he was in, like, some HVAC.
I thought it was Fifth Element.
Like HVAC.
By the way, I'll take
tubing or something, with a lighter and shit.
Yeah.
Come to the coast. We'll have a few laughs. Click. And he flips the lighter closed. Yeah.
It's giving 90s book movie adaptation of, like, dystopian, but not quite
modern
in
noir,
the future.
Maybe?
Yeah, modern noir, basically.
Yeah, he either that or he looks like he stalks Bjork.
Well, look. The point is,
did nobody get that reference?
And, like, no, I do get that reference, but, like, I wasn't ready. I really wasn't ready, and it has thrown me off, and I had a whole direction. It's gone. My brain has been scattered. Well done. Like, if you were going for shock value, it worked on me, if that's what your intent was.
Look, I don't mean to be so distracting. It just happens.
Well, it worked.
Are you flexing your pecs?
No, there's a thought.
I want to flex, man. God, I got to get back in shape. I've lost a lot of weight, thank God. But
God damn it, this reminded me of Pineapple Express. I'm going to flex and bust out of here.
I'm going to flex. I really
just completely duct tape to that fucking chair, Danny Bryan. I'm gonna flex and bust out of this. Okay.
I really just want to lose about 40 more pounds and then make my arms bigger again because they used to be nice big arms. Now they're like skinny pussy arms. I got some new swords today. Do you guys want to see them real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, some vendor brought them into the flea market, and I was like, "How much?" And they were like $40 a piece. I'm putting them in my booth, and I was like, "How much for me?" And they were like, "Oh, for you, you can have both of them for 60." I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Ooh, lucky you.
Like they're nothing special. I mean, well, one of them's nothing real special. They're not like hand forged, blah blah blah, but they're gonna be good like prop swords. This this one's just a, it's got a tip
it's not like
protector on it.
It's not like massively like distinct or fancy. It's just average everyday sword.
Broadsword. Yeah, it's got like little crosses on it.
It's
right there.
It's got a little bit of stuff, but not like it's not like some crazy handled, ornate thing,
Right, yeah, and it'll look good like if one day I actually do get to film with like other characters and stuff, it'd be a perfect sword to just have on somebody's hip.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Or whatever. It's just a prop. I've got a lot of little blades like that aren't even sharp. They're made in China, but they're cheap and they look good as props. Mm-hmm. But this is the one I really wanted because it's got the coolest fucking cross guard.
Ooh. Is that?
It's a
helm on.
Yeah, it's a Viking helm.
Oh my gosh! Okay, that is pretty cool.
And it's 3D too. It's not carved in. See, it's like sticking out.
Nice.
That is really cool.
Nice.
And it's a big bastard too. It's like a two-handed. See.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh! I could get 3 of my hands on that grip.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me.
So can I. Look at this
Shadow Knight symbol from EverQuest.
Okay, maybe 4 of my hands.
Maybe.
4.
That is nice.
Yeah, because I have tiny hands.
Yeah, he brought this one in, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, I gotta at least get this one." And he's like, "You can have both for 60." And I was like, "Done." So I got that one. It's just your basic broadsword. It'll look good as a But this one, I might put on the fucking wall behind me, bro. It might hold on. This one might be the new Magog sword.
Nice.
There we go. Huh?
It took me a second there, but I had to remember that humans have 2 hands. There are no humans with 4 arms and thus 4 hands. Took me a second.
This is a straight up sword that you hold when somebody asks you what is best in life.
Yeah, no, that's totally.
By Crom.
By Crom. This is a sword you hold when you're like.
The Narnia soundtrack, you put it into the ground and then swear your allegiance to the lion.
Yeah, no, this is not a Narnia sword. This is a fucking Conan sword. I'm sorry. This is a more brutal universe sword. This is
my bad.
Yeah. No, you want like a princely, knightly sword when you do that for Narnia. This is like a murder and fucking raid villages fucking sword right here.
Yep.
Weibo didn't even get that movie reference, did she? What is best in life?
No.
Okay.
Conan.
Yeah.
The Barbarian.
No.
All right. All right, Rat. What is best in life? Go. Oh
God, I can't remember. Hold on.
I put him on the spot.
I know, and it was there, and then it fucking left. I don't remember how it starts, but to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the women.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women.
Yes. It took me a second.
Yep, you got it, buddy. You win. You win the show. Everybody, yay!
Thank you.
It's not a pretty good sword for $30. Yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great for the price.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a normal sword dealer. Like he just found him at a estate sale and bought him. Brought him in.
They'll be perfectly good for like prop sword, extra people type thing. Yeah, it's perfect for that.
I don't really buy much for myself because I'm trying to save so I can build my house. So this is the first time I've bought something purely for like, I'm going to put it in a Magog shop and I'll use it one day as a prop. Like most of the time it's like food and gas and that's it, because I'm trying to save up on money and and all that. So but it felt nice to splurge a little today. Little splurgy. I did buy one other thing at the flea market last week. I couldn't show it off on the show because it's not exactly like medieval, but I can show it to you guys if you want.
Yeah.
Show and
No,
tell.
I mean-
Show and tell. Okay. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love it.
Disco ball? Is it a disco ball?
It is. It is not a disco ball.
Damn it!
Oh my god, it's so heavy.
Oh boy. What are we looking at?
Is that a dairy, like a cream
Milk
can
bucket?
from like
Nope.
dairies?
Look, there's the spout.
Oh, it's a keg.
Yep. Well, not for beer. It's cold or hot liquids,
Oh, okay.
and you just
Massive thermos.
Reminds me of old like pasteurization tanks for like dairies way back in the fucking day, dude.
Oh yeah, but this thing, one of the vendors that brought it in gets a lot of her stuff from the airbase, and this is military issue. A lot of the flight lines have them for guys to drink cold water out of, but they also use them at get-togethers. You can put hot coffee in this thing. It has a valve on top. If you put something hot in it, you take this valve off to let the steam out, so it doesn't pressurize. And it's you ever seen the the Gatorade coolers they dump on the coaches at the football games?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's 30 gallon or what is it, 10 gallon? It's a 10-gallon one of those, but it's fucking stainless steel, indestructible, and fucking does hot and cold. And she brought it in, and I was like, I don't need it, but how much? Because these things go for about $380, $400,
Yeah,
and
they're not cheap.
she was like, you can have it for $40. I was like, yes, ma'am. I'll buy that. Woo! That's the big.
I'm over here and I'm just like, shut up and take my money kind of thing. For that price. Fuck yeah.
I mean, sometimes you see them in like hotel continental, the continental breakfast where you can get coffee and fucking tea out of them. Like they'll set them up on the tables. That's essentially what it is. But when I build my new house and I have a deck, this sumbitch is gonna be outside with fucking ice Gatorade in it or some shit. Yeah.
Like I remember my brother had to talk me out of a guy had I wanted to buy it because it was like $50 and I'm like, I'll buy it. And my brother's like, what do you need it for? It was a fucking a cryogenic a doer for like holding liquid nitrogen.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And it was like I think it was like a 30-gallon one. They only stand about like 3 foot tall at the top. And it was empty, but he was selling it. And I'm like, I want it. And my brother's like, you don't need it. I'm like, yes, I do. He's like, for what? I'm like, so I can store liquid nitrogen. And he's like, where have you ever needed liquid nitrogen? I'm like, I might someday, but.
I think if someone goes on the soul searching, especially in the present weather, they can think of a use for liquid nitrogen.
I can, yeah. I mean, I think there's got to be use for it, somewhere. But
the only thing I can think of that I really need liquid nitrogen for is if, by some strange coincidence, I am the leader of some futuristic resistance against the machine robot war, and they send a T-1000 back.
That was pretty much where my brain was. It's like, what if I run into a T-1000? Never hurts to have some on hand.
Indeed. Just in case. You never know. It's always good. Good best practice.
Yeah.
Right.
Home defense applications.
Indeed.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that I would make one of the most ridiculous like doomsday preppers if I had the money to like prep. People will be like, this isn't doomsday prepping. This is just like some person who's lost his mind and is hoarding everything, So,
do you guys remember that fucking robot chicken skit? You know when they tried to do a Sarah Connor TV show, had Lena Headey in it,
Oh yeah.
and it had Summer Glau was the robot, and she's sent back in time to protect.
Like, I don't think I saw the show.
Yeah, it only ran for 2 seasons. It got canceled, but Summer Glau, who played in Serenity, Firefly.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know who Summer Glau is.
Yeah, she was the robot that was sent back in time to bodyguard a teenage John Connor. And so Robot Chicken did this skit where he's like, "Mom, I'm gonna be in the bedroom with my robot." Like, you hear it from the other side of the wall, and he's like, "Say it, say the line." And she's like, "Come with me if you want to live." He's like, "Oh yeah." It's like, oh shit.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sounds dramatically scarier than anything that happened in the series, I'm sure.
It wasn't a bad show. I don't remember it being a bad show necessarily, but it was kind of like they're trying to do something that's kind of outside the movies. So going in a different direction with Sarah Connor, like traveling with her son or whatever. And it's like, I don't know if it was supposed to take place after T2, where Sarah's still alive. And then that crappy Terminator 3 came out and Sarah O'Connor was dead and John Connor was all grown up and had Claire Danes in it. It's like, it kind of ruined the continuity of the show because the show wasn't really connected to the original universe. So they just canceled it. They canceled it. It was,
Well, it does mark a point because it seems like from that point on, none of it had any continuity worth paying attention to.
The thing, like,
no,
you
they're
mentioned
all
Robot
bad.
Chicken. Like, the one, like, skit from Robot Chicken that just constantly comes back in my head is, like, it was, like, this weird first date kind of situation with, like, popular movie character type things or, like, franchises or whatever. And it's, like, the alien and a predator go on a date together.
I remember
like,
it.
Sitting there, and he tried to put his arm around her, and her head turned, and the little bitey thing shot out, and he just, screw this, and he just presses the buttons and blows it himself.
Yeah, it was like a bad date. Yeah,
I was just like, oh, yeah, it was a bad date. It kills me. I don't know why that one and the Bride of Frankenstein sitting in a like a cafe with Frankenstein. And she just sets her coffee cup down and goes, I think we should see other people. And Frankenstein just and fucking loses his fucking mind. I don't know why. It's so fucking funny to me. I don't know why I think those are funny.
I'm having a very unstable internet
Robot
connection.
Chicken was hilarious to me.
Oops. Can you hear me?
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately,
I'm probably coming through all something jumbled because of it. But
yeah,
right.
I'm getting messages over here saying you have an unstable internet. I don't understand this. At the moment I go live, like everything's fine. Says I have an excellent connection, all this and that pre-show, and then as soon as I go live, I'm getting. I don't know what it is, man. It's probably the mesh network router needs to be fucking reset. It's in my bedroom right there. Because I don't have a hard line to the shop. That's one thing I am going to change in the future when I build my new studio. Because the new plan is I'm going to build my house over here behind the Magog shop. Yeah. I'm going to clear all them trees, and I'm going to build the new studio there. And when that's built, I'm going to get hardline internet to both my house and the studio building. I'm sorry, I can't fucking do this shit. But
I've generally not been a fan of wired anything. I mean, cell phones still bother me because they just do.
Right. Well, Octane says in the chat it's a bandwidth issue, but I don't think it is because my computer inside is turned off. I always turn off my computer inside before I do a live stream out here. And my phone's disconnected from the Wi-Fi. So I have nothing else connected to the Wi-Fi right now except this computer. It could be the age of this computer. This is my old computer. I got the new computer in the house. So I moved the old one out here, and that way I didn't have to use that old laptop anymore. You remember when I used to stream on the laptop out here?
Oh yeah.
So now I've got my old, but it is the computer that I used for years to edit Magog videos. It's basically from 2016. So It could be the wireless card I put in it is just sometimes it just gets futzy with the older operating system or something, because it's a fairly new wireless card, Wi-Fi card, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Also, it is one of those that's like a wireless Bluetooth card together in one. So when I installed it in the computer, the little antennae stick out the back of the PC, right? Little two little sticks like that. And sometimes I feel like when I connect my headphones to the Bluetooth, it affects the wireless signal. I don't know why I think that, because because it's all on one card doesn't mean they mess with each other, right? That doesn't make much sense, so I really don't know what it is. See, now I have full bars right now, so I don't know what the hell it is. Like, everything seems fine now. But a minute ago, when Rat was talking about Robot Chicken, he was Frankenstein.
Unfortunately couldn't hear that I was screwing up. Now I feel bad.
Yeah, I was trying to, but I guess I wasn't coming through y'all's end either because of it. But
no, I never heard you really. So
yeah, I don't know, man. It's I've done countless shows with these headphones connected to Bluetooth and the wireless card connected to the internet, and nothing happened. So I don't see how that's it. Maybe I should check all the drivers. I'll work on that. We're probably going to... Yeah. I was telling them before the show started, I am going to be revamping SideQuest next year. So when we take our holiday break this year, I'm going to do all new overlays, because it's been a few years since we've done all new overlays, new intro,
Sure.
I'm gonna, and all that stuff. I'm going to try some new stuff that I've heard about, some possibly streaming out on multiple platforms. I might give that a shot. But I'm kind of in the middle of revamping everything. I was just visited the other night, last week. I was visited by the Muse.
Oh.
And she is not happy. So I've got
visited by the Muse. Right. Sorry, I'm on the same page now. Carry on.
Yep. So
I misheard that as news initially, as I was a bit confused.
I'm confused by that statement, because there's more than
the
one
Muse.
way I can interpret it.
The Muse, not a Muse. Like, you meet a pretty girl
He
and
hasn't
she's
been invaded by cats.
Yeah, the Muse, not a Muse. Like, you can meet a pretty girl and she inspires you, and it's like, she's my muse. Like, that's why some artists.
Okay.
Some artists paint like the same fucking woman over and over again because they're inspired by her or whatever.
Well, I mean,
the Muse is a lot of creative people, especially writers and artists, talk about the Muse, feeding the Muse. It's like
inspiration.
It's metaphorical for this the ball of creativity swirling around inside you, and you have to feed that creativity.
Yes.
Or it dies. It starts to shrink and it dies and turns into to nothingness. And I have been on the bench for a while now, especially when it comes to my regular content, but also just everything. Because of my health problems, because of my back, my feet, my legs, all the pain I've been in the past almost 2 years now, the physical therapy, all that stuff, I have really put pretty much all of my creative endeavors on the back burner. I can't remember the last time I painted. I can't remember the last time I drew anything. I can't remember the last time I designed a new t-shirt design or did some fun graphics or something for a video. Honestly.
I get it. My brain went like 4 directions. I was like, the band, the metaphorical inspiration, Jason, or a fucking litter of kittens. I wasn't sure which one you meant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
that was trouble.
Right. So, I was laying in bed one night and I drifted off into sleep, and I had this waking dream where I knew I was asleep, and there was just all this burst of like creativity and scornful creativity, though. It was like, I felt a sense of my creativity dying, because I haven't exercised it. Creativity is like a muscle. If you don't exercise it regularly, it becomes lethargic and useless.
Wouldn't you get a cramp first, though?
Yeah, that was the dream. That was a cramp. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was visited by the muse. It's a metaphor that often a lot of creative types use. And if you feed the muse, it often takes on its own life. That's why writers often talk about the muse as this metaphorical, metaphysical thing that isn't real. It's not like I'm worshiping some strange god. It's a metaphor for the creative process taking its own course.
Right.
You ever be
I
writing
understand.
and you'd be writing and you're writing this character and they kind of take on a life of their own and you had no idea where that shit came from. Like you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like that's feeding
Yeah.
the muse. That's feeding
Half-
the muse.
Like half the shit that
Yes.
comes into my brain, I don't know where it comes from. So yeah.
Yeah, your muse is a crazy fucking cat lady.
Yes.
With-
It's very, very much possible that it is. I don't
Like-
know where half the shit comes from.
A crazy bipolar autistic cat lady with one
Yes.
eyeball. She
Yeah,
has like an eye patch and she smokes cigarettes and she has wispy hair on her chin. That's your
Yeah.
fucking muse.
Probably.
yeah,
That's not a bad description. It makes more sense than I thought. Nice.
so I had a really bizarre dream. I don't want to get into all the details of it because you don't really need to know it. It's pointless to describe it, but it was
In short, he was
fairly
clearly naked.
the what?
Oh, well, if you don't go into details, then clearly it was one of those ones where you just wind up randomly naked somewhere.
No, it was really abstract, so it's really hard to describe anyway.
Mm.
Yeah, but I could sense through the waking dream that the muse was angry that I haven't called upon her in so long, if you will. So
However you go through this betrayal, I'm on their side.
my creative side needs exercise, is what I'm trying to say. So I have a resurgence of creativity I'd like to
Good.
exercise, but it is hard. It's been difficult increasingly over the years to do more than just side quests because of the pain every day and all
Right.
that stuff. But I'm going to really try.
I had a weird dream the other day, and I just kind of was like, okay, that really doesn't make any sense to me. But that was just, I still don't know where it came from because I was in an Airbnb arguing the finer points of making margaritas with John Cena. And I don't know what the fuck that was about because I don't even like margaritas. I don't even drink tequila. I don't drink tequila. It was weird. I woke up out of that and I was just like, why? Why does this happen? So, yeah. Anyway.
Am I the only one who has like, I don't want to call it a recurring dream, but dreams that take place in a reoccurring place, like location, like the same location?
No, really?
Yes, the worst job I ever had.
That sounds more like a nightmare. I meant dream.
No,
Yeah.
most of the dreams I have, they're usually different places.
Yeah, no, I've had these reoccurring locations in dreams. They've all been different dreams, different people, and different, I guess you could say, characters, but and different stories. But they all take place in the same place, like the same land. I guess you could say nation or whatever. I don't know. I keep dreaming of this one kingdom called Osgoth, and its capital city is Osmar, named after their first king, King Osmar, who founded the nation. And it's a cursed land. There's no other villages or anything outside the main city because the entire land is plagued by the undead. And it's not like a zombie movie where they're like hordes of them climbing up the walls like in World War Z. It's just the land is desolate. Nothing seems to grow very well. It's filled with moors and swamps and tundra lands, a lot of gnarled, like black trees.
It's really barren, basically. It's
Right,
hard
yeah.
hard to fucking make anything survive.
Right. It's cold. It's, grass, lowlands and grasslands and cold, and the trees are gnarled and black. It's a very kind of gothic, setting, right? And I keep seeing these stories unfolding about the Dread Guard, there's this curse called the Dread, and it makes the dead come back to life. And the knights are called the Dread Guard, and they ride out every day and destroy the undead because to thin their numbers. And they have these gnarled black trees, and they've been doing this for hundreds of years because this curse has been around that long. And they have these trees, they're called the singing trees. And what they do is they hang bone chimes and bits of metal from the tree branches that make noise, and it attracts the undead, and they gather around these trees. And then the Dread Guard rides out and destroys them when their numbers get too big around those trees. And it keeps them away from the walls of the city. And they don't light a lot of fires at night because light and sound attracts the undead. The undead are attracted to the sounds of animals like horses and cattle, but they don't attack animals. They only attack the mortal kind. So if you have a horse and it's neighing and, stamping its feet and stuff, it might attract the undead, but the undead won't kill the horse. They're only trying to kill humans. And the reason the curse is called the Dread is because it doesn't just raise the dead. Anybody who faces these undead, if you get too close, there's some sort of magical miasma coming out of them. It's like this green fog coming out of their mouths and their nostrils and their chest cavities. There's this green fog. And if you get too close, this overwhelming sense of fear takes you over and it petrifies you. Because ultimately the undead are kind of weak. They're like skeletons and, mummified remains. They're not really strong except in great numbers. But that fear, it makes you freeze. And they can kill you easier if you're fucking, shaking and shit. So the Dread Guard expose themselves to the dreaded miasma. They bottle it after they kill a bunch of undead. They bottle it, and new members of the Dread Guard have to sit in a fucking dark room and open the bottle and let the miasma out and fucking smell it and fucking fight the fear. And they have to train their fucking bodies not to be afraid. So when they finally get inducted into the Dread Guard and go out and face the undead, they don't fucking freeze up.
Weird.
I imagine a lot of polearm and crossbow used by the city guard.
Yeah, they ride horses with longer weapons, polearms and stuff. And of course, they have this temple of fire. They worship this fire goddess, right? Sindaria. And she, her priestesses go with the Dread Guard. They're kind of like two convoys. Like the guards go out first, and then the secondary guards go out. And because there's not a lot of natural resources, you can't really have villages everywhere because they get attacked by the undead. The only people live behind the safety of the walled city. So you can't open mines and dig for new ore. So what these people do is they go out with the priest. There's the priestess and her guards, and then there's the collectors. And what they do is once the Dread Guard slaughters all the fucking undead, the collectors go in, strip the bodies of all the armor and weapons from these undead, and then they drag the bodies into a big pile, and the priestess does a prayer and burns the fucking bodies. Anybody who dies in this kingdom gets burned so they can't come back. So it's this whole kind of miserable fucking depressed culture in the north that is plagued by these undead. And their hope is that one day the amount of undead that have been buried in the grounds from all the, decades of ancient battles and all that, eventually they don't have to defeat the origin of the curse. They just have to defeat all the undead. And eventually there won't be any more dead to raise. That's their logic, because they could never figure out what was the origin of the curse. And I keep seeing these different stories of different characters, trying to, figure out where the curse originates, because they're from out of town. These outsiders come, and they're not treated really well, because the people of Osgoth are very mistrusting of outsiders. Do you guys even fucking care about this?
You'd be happy to see some living people.
No, I was listening to it.
I was listening to it. Sums it up.
I was trying to follow along. It's God, there's a lot here. So.
Yeah,
I'm a massive lore sucker, so this is great.
Yeah, there's also this, up in the mountains, the Arnea Mountains that are kind of surround Osgoth. There's a whole clan of ancient elves that live there. There's some storyline going on with them from the last stream. And the king's daughter, the king's granddaughter is part elf, because his son went off and fell in love with one of these fucking one of the some princess from the hidden tribe of elves, and she had a baby, and then she died, and the prince brought her home, and the king is raising her in secret because the prince later died, and and she has to wear like this mask and hide her face with a hood and stuff, and everybody thinks it's because she's going to become a priestess of the fire goddess, and they can't show their faces, and they have to remain pure and stuff. But in reality, he's hiding the fact that she's got fucking elf ears, because for some reason in this dream, there's like hatred for the elves because they conquered the entire continent. I don't know, like 1,000 years ago or something.
Huh.
So I don't know. It's just a lot. Like sometimes I wake up and I feel like I just watched a whole fucking movie. Right.
Yeah, I don't.
Are you talking about your muse inspiration? Sorry, I had to dip out for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, basically I was describing one of my crazy fucking dreams I had, but I keep having these dreams about different people, same location.
Okay.
Osgoth, the kingdom of Osgoth.
Hang on, my cat is attacking me from underneath the monitor.
Faster, pussycat. Kill.
No. She only maims.
Yeah,
Also
so
reference. Anyhow, actually, these are the best kinds of dreams. I do have dreams like that. I do not remember them quite so well, but I've had a lot of ones that are basically action adventures, and those are some of the best.
I have really, really, really vivid dreams, but they're like morally complex, and I wake up in a little bit of a moral quandary.
am I the only one here that sometimes has dreams that speak to you backwards, and then when you record it and play it forward, you can understand what it said?
Never had that dream.
No.
I've had that dream many times.
No backwards talking in my dreams whatsoever. I can tell you this: I've only had like nightmares on very few occasions in the past many years, and it was such a rare occasion to have any sort of body horror nightmare that I actually found it nostalgic and cute. When I was a kid, I used to have some bad nightmares, but it pissed me off. So I'd make a point of going back to sleep, just to kick the shit out of whatever was spooking me in the nightmare. And the weird result of that is I had just the longest span where I had no nightmares whatsoever, and very few dreams as a
You scared
side
your
effect.
nightmares off?
Well, it would seem so. Mind you, my brain got back at me in different ways by having lesser nightmares where I would just be in a terribly awkward situation or behave in a way I never would and just be socially horrified by it until I woke up.
Ooh.
One time I had a dream.
Not quite the same though.
I'll tell you guys one, since we're sharing. I had a dream where I was standing in a great vast desert, but the ground was not sand or dust, it was bones, and there was fire everywhere. But not like high fire. It wasn't like walls of fire. I could see like mountains in the distance. I could see a sky, but the fire was low to my feet. There were sparks flying everywhere in the wind, and everything was kind of on fire, low to the ground. And I'm walking. I can hear the crunch of the bones under my feet, and I'm heading towards this center where the bones seem to swirl around a circle in the middle. And I get to the middle of the circle, and there's this amphitheater made of stone and bone. Kind of like the catacombs in Paris. There's skulls sticking out of the fucking the stone and stuff. Yeah. And in the middle of this center of this amphitheater is this tall, dark figure cloaked in shadow and smoke. And there's a flaming crown on his head, and it's billowing fire. And he's got a sword like this stabbed into the very center of this amphitheater. And he turns, and all I see is glowing eyes from under the hood. And he sees me, and I freeze. I completely freeze and feel like I'm cold sweat, like at this point. Like I can't fucking move. And he points this fucking bony hand with a gauntlet on it. And points directly at me, and he says, "There, Nole." And so I woke up. Well, later on, I was telling this dream to a friend of mine, and he was like, "That sounds weird. Like it sounds almost like you should record it." So I recorded in the computer, and I was like, it sounded like they're some sort of language. So I speak into the microphone. I say "they're no lay," and we play it, and it's and it's like my buddy, not me, but my buddy was like, "I think it's backwards," and he played it backwards, and it was like burp, burp, burp. And it didn't sound like anything. So we're like, oh well, there's that idea. And then he's like, say it like he said it in the dream, though, because you were just like, "There no lay," right? Didn't sound like anything. So I went into the mic, and the best I could, obviously it's hard to mimic what actually it sounded like. But I
Right.
said, I went to the microphone like this and I said, no lay. And we played it backwards and it said, hell on earth. And I was like,
Ooh.
fuck me. Like, my friend freaked out. He was like, fuck you, man. I'm out. I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
You know, you make my
That's
nightmare that
creepy.
we're so pleased to have sound so much cuter by comparison. In my case, the dream started out, I remember it very vividly even now. I was in this sort of fleshy, eldritch hellscape with these headless, corpse-like cow horse things on stilt-like legs wandering around. And in the middle of it is a immaculate coffee shop. Naturally, I go there and I enter, finding it immaculate, clean, no one else. But as I approach the counter, something, presumably female, with no meaningful face and 2 spots for eyes and at least 4 arms, just, you know, starts sort of pseudo walking, crawling out of the kitchen area. And that's about when I woke up. I was spooked, yes, but it was so nostalgic to actually have one of those dreams. I ended up sculpting the whole thing out in VR. I posted a long time ago. The cafe, fleshy Zelgaboth, I believe that's what I named it. I need to find those images.
Nice. Didn't we get I saw an alert on the screen. I forgot to pull up Streamlabs.
Yeah, there was a Streamlabs, I believe.
Okay. Well, I can pull it up since I'm not wearing my contacts. Unless somebody already has it open.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay. Weebo got it. Thank you, Weebo.
I got it. Thank you the next 6 minutes for tipping $2 to say, hey y'all, it's been uncommonly cool in San Antonio this summer. It's normally 100 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit in July. Only been 90 to 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad.
Yeah. Since we're talking about all this dark, wicked stuff, let us have a moment of silence for the Dark Prince, Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh yeah.
Passed away
Our
today.
boy Ozzy.
You're my boy, Ozzy. I grew up on Ozzy.
Yep.
Yep, 76 years old. Had a hell of a life, though.
Mhm.
Rock and
Oh, yeah.
roll. Yep. Rock and roll. Fucking drugs. got banned from the Alamo.
Yep.
For what?
He pissed on the Alamo in Texas. Yeah.
What?
Well, he didn't know it was the Alamo because the real Alamo is like in the center of fucking San Antonio and it's surrounded by buildings and shit. He just thought it was a brick wall. He'd come out of a bar. They were high and drinking and shit. He'd come out of the tour bus or something and he fucking went to piss on a wall like you do. He's from England. He didn't know where the fucking Alamo was, but the people of Texas were really offended by that. And the governor of Texas like banned him like from San Antonio for life or something like that. I hear Texas let the ban up like a few years ago or something as a gesture or something like that. But yeah, he had a wild life, man.
Oof.
Yeah, there was a story they used to tell where he fucking got down on his hands and knees and sniffed a line of ants like cocaine. He was like it's all line of ants and they were like, look Ozzy, coke, and he was like, all right.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Ants in his nose. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. That's some body horror nonsense right there.
Yep. San Antonio for 10 years says 6. Yeah, 6. I tell you what. But
That's wild.
he was one of the
Probably
greats.
not the worst thing he ever put up his nose.
Was it Ozzy that bit the head off a bat?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
to be fair, he thought it was a rubber bat that a fan had thrown up on stage because it was like a
Right.
Halloween costume. Or it was a Halloween concert, so people were all dressed up and stuff. And he thought it was a rubber bat, and he grabbed it and he bit it, and then he realized the blood dripping down his face. He realized it was not, and he had to get rabies shots and all kinds of shit after the show.
Oh
but
my god.
the dove head he bit off on purpose.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, the dove head he bit off on purpose because he was trying to shock those producers. They walked into production. They were trying to get signed at this record label, and all the producers were there. And he walks into the room and holds out his hands, and these doves fly out of his sleeves like a magician on stage. and one of the doves like landed in his lap or something, and he fucking grabbed it and bit the head off the dove to shock everybody. It was like fucking crazy. He was nuts. He was a little nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know half these stories actually.
Yeah, Ozzy's got a wild life. I read a book about him in, especially the 80s, his time with Randy Rhoads. And, that whole era after he left Sabbath. Yeah. The dove head was on purpose. He was trying to shock him, but the bat head was not. Did you guys ever see that? Did you see that video that went viral with Taylor Momsen? She's the lead singer of Pretty Reckless. She's all like total rocker chick now, right?
Okay.
You probably know her as the little girl who played Cindy Lou Who in the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she grew up.
I love that movie.
Yeah, she grew up to be like a fucking leader of a rock band singing about the devil and shit.
I love that.
Yeah, but Taylor Momsen, is it Momsen? I think it's Momsen, something like that. But there's a video of her up on stage at a concert. It's in another country, I think. It's dusk. She's singing on stage. This fucking bat comes flying up and lands right on her fucking leg while she's singing. And she kind of feels it and kind of does like this, and she finishes the song and she's kind of doing this because she feels something. And it's fucking on her leg. People in the crowd are like pointing and they're screaming at her. And she turns around. She's like, what are they screaming about or something? And then she looks down and she turns around. She goes, holy fuck, there is a bat on my leg. And these stagehands come running out trying to like shoo it off of her, and she's like this. She's like, don't hurt him, like whatever. And this one stagehand is trying to he grabs her shirt and is trying to wave it off. And eventually the bat flies off. And then she tweeted later, or she, Instagram or something. She posted a picture of her leg and she had bite marks. She had to go get rabies shots and shit. Yeah. It got scared when the stagehand tried to shoo it off and it bit her in the thigh. But she finished the show with fucking bite marks on her fucking leg,
Nice.
Crazy.
Yep.
Apparently, bats are major critics. Who knew?
I guess, yeah.
Well, large ears, traveling back location. I can see how that would be.
She's got some great fucking music, man. Though I like Pretty Reckless. They're a great band. Taylor, she's got a voice on her. She knows how to sing that rock music, and it's very old school, like bluesy rock music. Fucking singing about the devil and shit, making deals with the devil and shit. It's very Roadhouse rock, southern kind of deep South blues rock. It's good shit. There's that one music video of her where she's got the trench coat on and she's singing, and it's a great fucking song, and she's talking about singing about not conforming to society, and the video shows all the teenagers in school that don't conform with all the jocks and the cheerleaders, and they're back there in the back of the fucking school smoking and shit. And it cuts to her and she's got this fucking trench coat on, and it hits the fucking chorus in the middle of the song. She throws that fucking thing open, and she is wearing fuck all, except she's got this black cross painted across her tits and down to her fucking her crotch, and it's that's all she's got is this fucking cross painted on her body. It's that music video is fucking great. I guess she tried to do some shocking music videos to get herself noticed, but she didn't really have to. She has a great fucking voice. Her band's awesome. So,
yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do love the Pretty Reckless.
Yep. Yep, that is true that bats less often have rabies than skunks, but if you get bit by a bat, go check. Because bats are carriers of everything.
You can't really cure yourself of rabies when you start showing symptoms, and it's nearly always fatal. So
yeah, it's nearly always fatal so always go get a rabies shot after getting bit by a wild animal, even if they're very unlikely to carry rabies. And bats are carriers of fucking everything. Their immune systems are amazing. They do not get sick at all. They fucking carry Ebola. They carry all this horrible shit.
Well, I feel like they kind of have to be when they suck blood. Well, not all bats.
There's only one species of bat that sucks blood.
Precisely.
Oh,
one.
All right. I didn't realize that.
There's precisely one, the vampire bat. That's it. There's only one.
And therefore, all bats.
All bat. The coolest bat sucks blood.
terrible PR.
Yeah,
Right.
the very coolest bat in the whole world sucks blood. The vampire bat. And the smallest, is it the smallest mammal or the smallest? Yeah, I think it's the smallest mammal in the world is a bat.
Isn't it the one that's in like
It's
a
called
cave bat in like Missouri?
No, it's over in Asia. It's called bumblebee bat. They're like this big. They're like
Yeah, there's one.
they're like this. They're like
There's a yeah, I remember
now
that.
we gotta
There's
look that up.
there's a really rare cave bat in Missouri, and if I remember it, he's like maybe the size of
that's a
human
thumb bat. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thumb bat.
he's I thought he was the smallest. He might be in the top 10, but he's a tiny little fucking thing. They're super fucking cute though.
Yeah, thumb bats, but thumb bats are even bigger than that bumblebee bat. I saw a video on them bumblebee bats. Most of them are like this. They're like,
Although
they're like
the largest bat I've ever seen personally, I saw while I was in Branson, Missouri, though, when we were on vacation, like when I was a teenager. Without his like it was a bat, but it was a volleyball with bat wings. That's the size of this fucker.
That's one fat boy.
Fat.
That was one
Yeah,
fat boy.
fat.
He must have been eating some lots of insects, man.
And I was like, we were driving, and he went slowly, kind of coming underneath a street light, and I just hit the brakes. I'm like, holy shit, that's a fat bat. And he just started circling underneath the light, eating bugs, and he'd come back, and we just sat there watching him for 20 minutes. I'm like, God damn. He was fucking huge. He was like the size of my head with bat wings coming off the side of it. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. I have a roost somewhere on my property because come spring, summer, when the bugs come out, every evening, just as the sun sets, I stand outside with Jinx and just fucking hear it chirp above my head and look up and I'll see something fly like that.
Yep.
And it's like, yep, there they go. But dude, I don't know how much they're eating this year because the mosquitoes, I will say this about this year. The mosquitoes are fucking non-existent right now in Arkansas, which is really weird. And do you know why? I kid you, I've never seen anything like it. It's been years since I've seen this many dragonflies. They are fucking everywhere this year. They are fucking, I guess they're kind of like cicadas where they'll brood and then there'll be less of them for a few years and then they'll brood again because this must be a brood year for fucking dragonflies. And dragonflies eat mosquitoes. Because I can walk outside right now. I wish I could detach my camera and fucking show you. They are everywhere. Like the sky above my house is covered in like dragonflies just everywhere. I've never seen so many. I have never in my life seen so many fucking dragonflies flying around. And I haven't been bit by a single mosquito this year.
I got bit earlier in the year by 16 on my bare feet.
Wow, that sucks. No, I think dragonflies are cool. I always have.
Yeah,
you don't see them a whole lot up here, but once in a while they'll be out, and I just think they're cool as hell to see.
Some people don't know this, but they will bite the fuck out of you.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they will bite. Yeah,
they have those pincers. And one time when I was
they can really bite.
They don't come at you. They're not like a wasp. But one time as a kid, I actually managed to catch one. He like landed on a flower or something, and I grabbed him, thinking he was, because dragonflies you don't think are mean or anything. And I grabbed him like this, and he bit the shit out of my finger, boy. Yeah. He fucking, he drew blood, man. I was like, ah!
I didn't know they were so tough.
They can really bite. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even want to see my fucking feet. Weibo talked about her feet being all ate up by mosquitoes. I'd rather have mosquitoes because I walked in the woods to show that guy that came out to give me a quote on clearing my land.
Yeah.
I got into some chiggers.
Yeah.
Man, they are all on the top of my feet and up my fucking leg, dude. Man, it fucking itches like a motherfucker. Oh, man. Oh, dude.
Sympathies.
Oh, God, I got chiggers. Oh, the rats made an appearance. Which one's that?
This would be Brick, the largest rat I have ever seen, or held, or had, period. Dumbo looks like he's part of possum, and he's very, very chill and lazy.
Oh,
that's about the size of
for real.
Years ago, the first rat I ever ran into was a buddy of mine. He had a rat. It was about that size, but he was hairless. And a lot of people didn't like him because he had kind of a cancerous growth on his side, but he was absolutely sweet, adorable little guy.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy is basically a teddy bear in rat form.
Yep.
Yeah. There's this, I see somebody mentioned in the chat. I was wondering if somebody would mention it. There's an old wives' tale about chigger bites that if you put clear nail polish on them, it will kill the chiggers. Because there's this old urban legend that chiggers burrow into your skin. And if you cover them with nail polish, it suffocates them and they die. And that's because if you scratch them, it seems like you get another one. And it's like they've moved. You scratched them, so now they moved and they create another bite. Completely false. It's an urban legend. Chiggers are so weak they don't even bite you. They are so teeny tiny. They have no teeth, or they have no mandible, like a tick does. A tick will burrow in and get its head stuck inside you. You know,
Yeah.
It's trying to get to what chiggers do is they have this straw on their face, and they excrete like a, I don't want to call it like a toxin that breaks down the skin cells so they can drink it like a drink.
Ooh.
That's what they do. They are actually very easy to brush off. If you get into the shower after walking in the woods and you see chigger bites, just hop in the shower or brush yourself off because they're so easy to brush off. The reason why the bites spread when you scratch them is you're spreading that toxin on your skin. Okay? And it creates more sores. You got to get a shower real quick. Get them off of, just brush them off of you. Wash your clothes. Get in the shower. Wash them off real quick, and then just dab a little anti-itch cream, and don't fucking scratch them. They boil up like an ant bite. They'll create a little boil, a little pustule, and you pop it, and this little liquid falls down your leg. It fucking sucks, but they don't burrow into you like the urban legend says. They don't burrow into you.
Gotcha.
The reason that old wives' tale works, though, is if you do put clear nail polish on the bite, it hardens and kind of prevents you from scratching it.
Yeah.
So even though it's an old wives' tale, it works. Yeah. So
The
just
more you know.
little sharing something. I did a whole like research thing on chiggers because I was like, do they actually burrow into you? Because that freaks me out. That's like some Stephen King shit.
Yeah,
You know?
I like them apples.
It's like an enzyme, and they kind of, and it's like they
Bad
spit
enough
it.
the human botfly is a thing that exists.
Yeah, botflies are probably one of the worst creations in God's earth. Like it's just like those are fucking horrible, fucking horrible. And a lot of people get new bites because they don't realize there's still chiggers like in their pants or on their clothes or something. So you get out of the shower and you think you're fine. You put your fucking drawers on the next day and there's a couple there and they bite you again, you know. But yeah, chiggers actually brush off fairly easily. They're so tiny you barely see them, you know.
There's a way that you could probably avoid that just and be able to walk around your entire property without worrying about them. And that just get one of those like a propane tagger style torch that just has like a 3-foot flame that comes out the bottom. Just fucking burn the ground everywhere you're going to walk.
Now there's a much more there's a less damaging and much more effective way to get rid of chiggers.
But not as fun.
True, but I don't really want to force fire.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah,
you're worrying about the details. Jeez.
Yeah.
The details of his property that he lives upon?
Yeah, that I kind of. Well, the best way to get rid of chiggers and ticks is to have either chickens or guinea fowl.
Oh no, not guineas.
Yes,
Yeah.
the guineas.
No, not the guineas.
Yes, the guineas.
They're fucking territorial, evil little shits. They are.
Yeah, the tsetse fly
I'm
is.
worth to get rid of chiggers.
Nope. Ganam said the tsetse fly. That one's pretty fucking nasty too. Yeah.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to
anything
know
about
this
that.
shit. Yep. But
No, thank you.
but chickens
I can't forget.
chickens love fucking chiggers and ticks, man. They'll fucking eat them all up. But
Well, chickens, I can handle chickens, not guineas.
yeah, guineas make that whooping sound. They're great alarms.
I know.
If somebody coming up your driveway, you'll fucking know it if you have guinea fowl. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Yep.
whoop.
I didn't know what that sound was the first time I ever encountered guineas, and then they chased me back into my car.
You're
You ever
scared
hear
of
a
guineas?
geese hit?
You can literally like kick them. Like you could just poof, punt them like a
You
fucking
can't
football.
kick 20 of them.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
Just
I don't.
wind up
sweep
I-
your leg. Sweep your leg.
I couldn't
Use your
kick
third
that many of
leg.
them. And I didn't know what they were. I'm like, well, fuck this. And I just got back in my car.
I never seen so many people fucking afraid of geese. You watch like videos online and people are walking in the park and a geese attacks them and they all fucking, even grown men, they're like, ah, they take off running. I'm like, grab that motherfucker. Like, the fuck,
This is
like,
good eating.
like grab by his fucking neck. What's it gonna do? Like, what's it gonna, like, grab it up as close to the head as possible. Just pick that fucker up and they're like, oh shit. My one weakness, my 8 foot long neck. My like, how did you know my weakness? You watch all these videos of like Americans and English people running from the fucking geese, and then it cuts to like an old Chinese lady, and one comes running up to her honking, and she just grabs it and goes, ah, and throws it. Like,
It's the hissing. It's super intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, they are mean little bastards, but they have like one really blaring weakness. Their head's up here and the rest of their body's down here. It's pretty, there's a lot to grab there. Like, it's so easy.
You know, giraffes have the same like constitution, but not the same weakness because they're too tall for you to actually grab up there.
Okay, you just inadvertently stumbled across one of the most horrible things I've ever seen. Have you ever seen giraffes fight each other?
Giraffes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, they
Fight each
fucking
other?
headbutt each other. That's why they have them little
they
nubs.
headbutt each other. And
Yeah, they fucking whack.
and they start swinging their whole neck at each other like full force fucking swings. It's the sound of it was the most god awful thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well,
And
now
you know
I
what-
need to look this up.
I could not handle it. I was not prepared for that kind of violence to come out of that animal, and it fucked
And
with me really bad.
that's incredibly rare. That's
Oh,
only
wow.
during like mating season when two males are trying to fight over a female. Other than that, giraffes are like the nicest animal ever born. Like
Yeah.
you can have a fucking baby feed a giraffe at the zoo with
I did
lettuce.
not
You know,
know.
like they are so nice.
Yeah, I did not know that they could get that violent, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, what am I looking at?" It was so fucked up.
They only get that. What's crazy is they only get that violent with other giraffes. Like a
Yeah.
fucking lion will be attacking them, and they're like, "Well, shit."
Yeah, it's like you'd think with that kind of they're capable of that. You'd think they'd use it against shit, but they don't. Just other giraffes.
You know what's
And only
crazy?
during
From
that
what I'm
specific
looking at here,
situation.
they don't have the best aim.
No, they don't.
No,
They just
but
kind of flail around, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like think of like it in a weird way. Like my brain also attributed. I'm like, is this like watching like headbangers in a mosh pit kind of thing? You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I thought. But
It's giving headbangers in a mosh pit.
yeah,
No,
basically.
actually, it's giving two toddlers in the back seat flinging their arms at each other, but they don't have like the actual depth
honestly,
perception to
what
land
did
a
it for
hit.
me was the fact that they got like really good audio and they were connecting on occasion. And it,
Oh, yeah.
God,
Oh,
it
it's
sounded-
it's horrifying. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whack!
it sounded horrible.
Whack!
Oh no!
It looks like they get dizzy between like neck
Yeah.
floops.
Oh yeah, it
So on
was
the
just,
wind up, it's like, ooh,
I was
that's
not
gotta give you whiplash.
was not ready for it. I saw it when I was way too young too. So
Did I tell y'all about the opossum that Jinx scared?
Is it
No.
opossum or is it possum?
In America, the American opossums. They're opossums. Possums are in Australia. Opossums are in America. They're America's only marsupial. Opossums
Yeah.
are. I fucking let Jinx out one night. It was about 3 weeks ago. I let Jinx out one night, and I'm sitting in my, I'm playing on my computer or whatever, and I hear just, ruff, 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 ruff. And then usually when he's barking consistently like that without breaks, he's found an animal.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
But it's an animal he doesn't like to get close to, like a snake. Every now and again, he'll come across a snake that's slithering across, and he'll be 10 feet away, but he'll just be ruff, 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 without stop.
Yeah, I
you
wouldn't
know?
want to get close either.
Yeah, he's a good boy about that. But anyway, I go running out there. I was like, "What is it?" And he's wagging his tail and he's barking. Ruff, ruff. And I see this. I have the floodlight on, and I can see this
Yeah.
dark lump in the yard. there's a dark lump over there. And I was like, oh shit, what is it now? You know, because he caught a rabbit the other day and it screamed.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Rabbits
It
scream.
screamed like a full. This wasn't a baby rabbit. He grabbed a rabbit and it was screaming. It was hanging out of his mouth. He had it by the nape. He doesn't hurt them. He wants to play with them. He doesn't hurt them though. He doesn't bite down. He doesn't kill. But he had this thing. He was carrying it like a mama would carry it. But it was like, you know. I was like, Jake's no, and he dropped it. It went whoosh. It flew off into the bushes. Anyway, like rabbits will not make a peep their entire life, and then like a coyote will get a hold of one, and you will hear the most horrific sound in your life. You will hear the most horrifying sound. Just,
They do not sound good.
Like,
No.
They live in a state of constant neuroses. Some people have known that you can actually find one wild, and you have to be very careful with it because half the time they will panic themselves to death, even in the cushiest of environments.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I have heard. I have a girlfriend who's got a rabbit, and she's like, "Yeah, you got to be super chill with him, otherwise he'll have a heart attack and die."
Yep.
And anyway, I go over to the lump in the yard, right? Because he's barking, but he won't get close. See, a rabbit he'll catch. It's almost like he knows this thing has teeth, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They have
So
teeth.
I get over there and there's this little opossum. He's about this big, and he is laying on his side, fucking feet straight out, mouth open, tongue just playing dead. Just,
Yeah.
I mean, tongue out the mouth like a like a fucking cartoon. I imagined like X's for eyes, like
Yeah, he's going,
like,
yeah, he's going to the
selling
Academy
it.
Awards there.
yeah, his
You know?
fuck. I mean, Academy Award goes to the opossum in my yard that Jinx found. So,
Yeah, he's trying.
and he was just a little guy, and he was laying on his side, just fucking feet straight out. Just, I've been dead for days. I have been dead. I know you just saw me move 2 minutes ago, but I have been dead for fucking days, bro. Like he was just. So I'm like, Jinx, get away, leave him alone, you know. And I walk over to him, and I'm like, hey, buddy. And I fucking reached around the back of his head. I grabbed him by the nape, like you do with like a cat.
Yeah.
And I grabbed him like this, and I went like this, and his eyes were closed like this, and he went like this. he fucking looked up at me and then closed his eye again, left his mouth open. I picked him up by the nape of his neck, and he hung like this, tongue still out, just like I'm dead, bro. And I held him up to the light like this, and I was like, "Oh, don't be scared of Jinx. He won't hurt you." I walked him over to the woods, and I set him gently beneath a tree, and I set him down on his feet like you would a cat, right? Like I was like this, and I set him down like that, and I let go, and he went. just wouldn't fucking move. It was like he was like the Daniel Day-Lewis of opossums. Like he just folded into that character, man. He was like, I'm a dead body, and I'm gonna be a dead body. You know.
Yes.
So I finally, you know, I yell at Jinx, and I'm like, get in the house, and I get in the house, and I close the door, but I leave the floodlight on, and I fucking run to the window, and I drop the blind. I like move back my curtains, and I'm looking, and I can see him out there underneath the tree, and I'm waiting. And not 30 seconds, he was like, gone.
Yep.
Just like, he fucking ran off into the woods. He was like, it worked. They thought I was dead, and it worked.
Nice.
Such a drama queen.
That's their whole survival strategy, is to act dead.
Not entirely. I had a opossum come into my friend's garage. He called me up. He's like, help me get this fucking giant rat out of my garage. And I was like, giant rat? You got a giant rat? I went running over there because he was down the block. I fucking went running over there. He had a broom. He was like trying to it went behind things because he had a bunch of shit in his garage. And he's like moving stuff very carefully, trying to find it. He fucking moved something, and he shined a light, and all he saw was teeth. Just it reared its head and went.
Yeah.
That one was not playing dead. That one was like, get the fuck away. I am going to bite the shit out of you.
Yep. No, I've run into a few of those, and
You
where it's like, I am not
dead.
dead. I am pissed off, and I am going to bite anything that comes close to me. And yeah, in those situations, well, unfortunately, I can't control everybody that's around me. And yeah, they were like, no, we're not putting up with this shit. So
Yeah,
they died.
I would never pick up a raccoon. I would never pick up a wild rat. But I'll pick up a possum. I will. Like, I don't give a shit.
I still remember it wasn't my town where I live. It was a town north of me. They had an infestation of rats in their sewer system. And it was bad. Like, I think they ended up like having everybody like tape their toilets and their sinks closed, and they fumigated the fucking sewer system to kill these rats.
Fun.
It was bad.
Yeah. But
before that happened, the local laundromat, there was an incident at the local laundromat. The local cop was driving by and saw a woman standing on top of the washing machines in the laundromat, and he went in there to see what was going on, and there were like 30 or 40 fucking rats that were like the size of cats in there.
Yeah. No, I've never seen. Yeah.
And in order to get her out, he ended up he shot him. He ended up using his gun and then had to go get his shotgun and fucking clear a path to get her out.
Yep.
It was fucking crazy. And then they're like, okay, this rat problem has gone too far. And then they devised a plan. This people came in and they fucking fumigated the whole fucking sewer system.
Yep.
It was fucking nuts.
Memes of Destruction's here. What's up, memes? Marson. Devil Pup's here too. And Octane, of course. Glad to see everybody out today. We're just bullshitting. We're probably going to bring it to an end soon. We usually go to 8:30, and it's already past 8:30. So.
Oh yeah.
And I'm falling asleep in the chair.
Yep.
We did get a donation from Uncle Russ, who tipped $10 to say, where is Ark? He looks like he's on his Fight Club arc. You know, we were just talking about that before the show. Or during the show.
I was waiting for someone to call the character. I'm Dialer Turd.
He's manifesting his Willard.
Well, I was gonna say, if he's wearing a pair of like white boxer shorts and carrying around like a pistol, then yeah, we're kind of getting to Fight Club levels. You know, you just have to run with some files in the street to some.
On the news, Peace Club, and the first rule of Peace Club is you never shut up about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see.
It's good stuff.
Peace.
Anyway, thank you all for listening to us ramble about dreams and swords and giant rats and possums and rabbits.
You know, as you do.
Yeah.
Hey, it was,
good times. Yeah. Good times. Anyway, is there anything you guys want to say before we bounce?
I'm good.
All right.
Don't do drugs, kids.
There you go. Once again,
egregious.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for the guys who donated, and you know who you are. Let me make sure I didn't miss any donations on the things. I always like to check all the things before we leave, just so I don't like to leave anybody behind. Okay, got nothing. All right. We will probably be back to our regularly scheduled program next week. I just I had a really busy weekend. I got friends visiting from out of town. We've been house hunting for them, not me, for them.
And that does remind me, speaking of, I will not be appearing next week. And starting from the 27th, I will be basically out for the rest of the month. So if this is the last you see me, I hope you understand. Until August, anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Till August. If the heat doesn't kill me. So, but anyway, thanks again, everybody, for coming by. Sometimes it's nice to just be out of character and chill with my friends and talk to fans and stuff. And I'm glad we did that tonight because I am super exhausted and I really didn't feel like getting into character after work. It worked out great because of all this stuff that's been going on. So, glad we could fill the time slot regardless. Everybody take it easy. Have a great rest of the week and a weekend, and we will see you when we're back with SideQuest next week. We'll see you guys later.
Yep. Take care.
Join Peace Club.